There's nothing average about the Air Force Academy or those who come here.
It takes more than smarts and good grades.
It takes grit.
It's for the I never quit students, the relentless, persevering, most likely to keep trying until I reach my best students.
Because we will go on to lead others, push boundaries, save lives, and represent American ideals.
If you've got what it takes, prove it.
Hello, and welcome to the Falcon Flight Report. I am your host, the best podcast host in the universe, Steve Cully. I would like to thank our sponsors at Procyon. They are one of the top 50 fastest growing companies in the nation. They specialize in employee benefits, wealth management, and retirement planning. President Sean Rabinowitz, proud supporter of our podcast network, and we love him very much. We have Green Street Trust International, owned and operated by Rennell Jump. They specialize in tax plans for businesses large and small. They will save you money or get you a big fat return on your taxes. To schedule your free strategic tax planning session today, go to www.greenstreettrust.com. And we are going to be going over the week for the mighty Air Force Falcons and all the teams, all the games, kind of a weekly recap of what has been going on. And I wanted to cover them after having a tremendous interview with athletic director Nate Pine. I want to do all I can to showcase and feature these fine teams and fine athletes and everything that they do. Up in the corner here, we have the Falcon Athletic Fund. You can donate. The website is on the bottom, right below my name. And there is a QR code right above in the top left corner. You can scan. Give. Every dollar counts. Every dollar counts for the Air Force. And we are starting. I just wanted to go over, I know this was a little while ago, but Air Force defeated Colorado State, which is really special to me being a UConn guy, that Jim Mora is going to Colorado State. And Air Force beat them up 41-21, and they did it with Josh Johnson and Braun Fleischman and Josh Johnson connected on a 55-yard scoring strike on the game's opening drive that put the Falcons up 7-0. And from there, it was just a romp session. I was very glad to see Air Force had 420 yards of offense, 104 passing yards, 315 rushing yards, while they held Colorado State to 335 total yards. And they were mostly through the air. 323 were through the air. They had 12 rushing yards. So an impressive performance, a great way to end the season as they are going into the offseason with recruiting. And I am sure they're going to do well. Also, Air Force had 4 players named to the Mountain West all Mountain West football team, which is incredible, the announcement from the conference. Senior offensive lineman Colston Coley earned first team honors, while senior offensive lineman Jack Burnett and senior nose guard Peyton Zadoik, I said that wrong, and junior inside linebacker Blake Fletcher earned second team honors. senior tight end, who we just talked about, Bruin Fleischman, senior punter Luke Freer, senior wide receiver Cade Harris, sophomore Roger Jones Jr., and sophomore quarterback Liam Zazarka earned honorable mention honors. So that was great to see that so many players made the Mountain West team. And, Liam was incredible this season. He rushed for 922 yards, leading rusher on the team as the quarterback, 13 touchdowns, averaging 92 yards a game. And then followed by Owen Allen, who had 751 yards rushing and 5 touchdowns. Liam, he threw for, right around 1,300 yards passing with 9 touchdowns. Obviously, they are running offense. Josh Johnson did a good job stepping in against Colorado State. And I know he had played because Liam had been hurt, and he had done quite well. And, defensively holding teams to 12 yards rushing, that is quite the accomplishment. So I was glad to see that. And defensively, Blake Fletcher, we talked about 108 tackles on the year, 108 tackles. That's just incredible. Roger Jones Jr. was second with 76 tackles. And I believe it was Peyton Zadoik, who I said his name wrong. He had 6 TFLs, and it looks like Isaac Hubert led the team in sacks with 5. So it was a good showing for Air Force to finish the season, something to build on for next year. A lot of guys who made the Mountain West. Very good to see. Very good to see. We are now turning to basketball. Air Force played Pacific and lost 65 to 80. 65 to 80. This was at Air Force. They're 3-7 currently. It was a non-conference game. It was Wednesday night, and freshman forward Lucas Hoban led the Falcons with 19 points. And it just Pacific kind of dominated inside, scoring 48 points in the paint. And the Tigers out-rebounded Air Force 35 to 22. Looking at the team stats, Pacific shot 52% from the field. Air Force shot 46%. Air Force did shoot 31% from three-point range. Pacific shot 26%. And the issue free throws, Pacific was, they made 90% of the free throws. Air Force made 59 free throws right there. So that was the game against Pacific. It was kind of a runaway in the first half. The first half, Pacific was up 41 to 28. 41 to 28. And then in the second half, they scored 39 points. And Air Force scored 39 as well. And it was 80 to 65. 80 to 65. And in the first half, they were 2 for 12 from three-point range. But, for Air Force, Lucas Hoban had 19 Eli Robinson had 11. Cam Sanders had 10. So they will be coming along. It's early in the year. It's a non-conference game. When they get into the Mountain West, that is what matters. After that, they played Navy. It was a tight one. They lost to Navy 56-61. 56-61. That was unfortunate. It was a tough one, a very tough loss. They scored 25 points in the first half and were up 25-24. The second half, Air Force scored 37 points. Navy scored 37 points. Air Force scored 31. So it was 61-56. Air Force, again, Cam Sanders led the way with 15 points. He had 3 assists and 4 rebounds. Lucas Hobbit, 10 points. He had a block. He also had 7 rebounds. So it's looking like they need to get more help in the paint. That would make a difference. Navy, on the other hand, just when you look at the summary from 3-point range, Air Force was 6 of 25. 6 of 25. 1 for 11 in the first half, and 5 of 14 in the second half. Navy was 6 of 8. I'm sorry. They were not 6 of 8. They were 9 of 23 and 12 of 30 in the second half. So Navy, their leading scorer was Austin Benji, and he had 25 points. And Aiden Kehoe had 10 points. So that was a tough loss for Air Force against Navy. But again, non-conference game, but anytime you're playing Army, Navy, you want to get that win. And it was a difficult loss. But they'll bounce back. They will bounce back. They will figure it out. And by the time they get into conference play, I think they will get rolling. Looking at the schedule currently, they are 3-8 overall. Unfortunately, they are on a 4-game losing streak. And they have coming up, they are playing UNLV. They're off basically from December. They play December 17th against San Diego State, December 30th against Wyoming, and January 3rd against UNLV. So that's what they have coming up. Hopefully they can get things going on track as the Mountain West Conference games begin. The women, it was different for them. The women claim final victory in a 3-game saga with Utah Valley. They won 58-50. 58-50. The Air Force women's basketball team, they got the final word in a heated 3-game series. How about that? 3-game series against Utah Valley, downing the Wolverines 58-50. It was Saturday. in Utah. The win comes on the heels of a pair of contests in 2024, 2025, which Air Force and Utah Valley split results. The Falcons won the inaugural non-conference contest, followed by a 6-point Falcon defeat in the opening round of the Women's National Invitational Tournament, the WNIT. So that was great for the women. They shot 38% from the field, 45%. Let me say that again, 45% from three-point range. They were 61% from free throw percentage, and they did very well. Their leading scorer was Melaine Perry, 24 points, and she also had 3 3-pointers and 6 free throws. Brett Clay, 11 points, 3 field goals, 3 3-point attempts, 2 free throws. So that was good to see them get those wins. Looking at the schedule coming up, the women are currently 5-4 with a 2-game winning streak. They have beaten the likes of New Mexico, Utah State. They have beaten Florida Atlantic, Wright State, and then the Utah Valley, which was very, very good. They have New Mexico on December 13th, Utah State December 17th, Nevada December 20th. So a good schedule for the women. They are off to a good start for non-conference play until they get into the Mountain West. We'll see what happens there. And it looks like they're averaging, they've been playing pretty good across the board. They rebound well. Their leading scorer is Melaine Perry. She averages 18.1 points a game. Jada McNabb, it looks like. She averages 8 points a game. And they are rebounding very well, offensively and defensively. That is the biggest difference I see between the men and the women, the rebounding. So the women got a good win to propel them forward as they go through the next few games, finish up the non-conference schedule, and get into Mountain West play. I'm looking at, again, the stats. It was 58-50. So Melaine Perry, 24 points. She did have 6 turnovers, though, 3 rebounds. The Jada McNabb we talked about, she had 9 points, 10 rebounds in this game against Utah Valley. And Brett Clay had 11 points, 1 assist, 6 rebounds. Great showing. And you can see, I mean, they were very good on the boards. And then from 3-point range, they were 9 of 20. All 4 quarters, they were down coming out of the first. They were down coming out of the second. and then they turned it on the second half. 19 points in the third quarter, 14 points in the fourth quarter. They held Utah Valley to 6 points in the fourth quarter. So that shows some tremendous defense, and I am excited to see how they will do when the Mountain West Conference play begins. The men's ice hockey team. All right. This is going to be a first. The best podcast host in the universe doing hockey. They played Robert Morris, and they lost 6-3. They lost 6-3. Air Force is 9-7-2 overall. And I believe it says 6-5-1. 6-5-1. I don't know if that's in conference or what. So Chris Hayden scored for Air Force in the second period, tied it up 1-1. Air Force actually took the lead. Cole Christian scored. He made it 2-1. Looks like Will Starling had an assist there. And then Robert Morris just went on a run. They had a power play. The second period, they just went wild and scored 5 goals. 5 goals. And in the third period, Nick Cervic, he scored to make it 5-3. So unfortunately, it was a loss to Robert Morris. There were quite a few penalties, which is wow. But most were on Robert Morris. The power play situation, Air Force had quite a few power plays. They had 3 in the first period, 2 in the third period, and they were not able to capitalize. Robert Morris had 3 power plays, 2 of them in the second period, and they were able to get 1 goal, and that was in the second period. So the hockey team lost to Robert Morris. Good old Robert Morris. The hockey schedule, so they're 9-7 overall in the conference. Okay, I was right. They're 6-5-1 in the conference. Next up, they have Michigan Tech, Friday, January 2nd. So they will be having an extended break. This is their last game, December 6th, until they play Michigan Tech on Friday, January 2nd. But they have a winning record, and they seem to be doing okay in conference play. They have a 5-2-1 record away. Home, they're 4-5-1. So they have to get things rolling at home, and they do have some talent there who can score. Interesting enough, the wrestling team participated in the Road Runner Open. The Road Runner Open with heavyweight champion 10 placers. Very, very good. Air Force freshman Ryan Kuhn claimed the heavyweight title. I love Hulk Hogan, so that's why I'm saying heavyweight championship of the world at the 2025 Roadrunner Open, hosted by CSU Bakersfield. The Falcons had 3 finalists and put 10 wrestlers on the podium across the event. That is an incredible program. Alongside Kuhn, the finalists were senior team captain Tucker Owens. He is in the 125 weight class, and he's ranked 29th. And then Carson Tompkins at 197. Kuhn claimed the title with a 4-0 record via 2 decision wins, a medical default, and a medical forfeit. So basically, someone went on the mat and saw Kuhn and just said, "Ow, I'm sick. I forfeit. I don't want to go against him." Owens, 2023 NCAA qualifier, went 3-1 on the tournament to bring his season record to 9-2. 2 of Owens' wins came with bonus points. Tompkins, the Falcons' standout freshman, went 3-1 on the day. The Falcons fell to Oregon State, their world champion and NCAA qualifier, Justin Radmeyer. 4 Falcons earned 4th place finishes. Gunnar Cramblett, Logan Fowler, Owen Heiser, Antonio Ramos. Cramblett posted a 4-2 record, 3 of his wins coming with bonus points. So what a great tournament all around. So the Roadrunner Open placers, Ryan Kuhn, as we said, is a heavyweight, 285, first place. Tucker Owens, 125, second place. Carson Tompkins, 195. He was second place in his division. Gunnar Cramblett, 174, fourth place. Logan Fowler, 165, fourth place. Owen Heiser, 197, fourth place. Antonio Ramos, 285, fourth place. Gavin Caprella, 133, fifth place. Brendan Barnes, 141. He was in fifth place. And Bubba Wright, 133, sixth place. So that is unbelievable. What a great job by the Falcons to have 10 people on the podium for wrestling. They are just a dominant force in wrestling, and I hope that will continue. I am checking out their schedule. So they have Presbyterian coming up on Thursday, December 18th. So that'll be fun to see. Then they have they completed the Cliff Keen Las Vegas International. That was the other one that they just completed as well. And then Davidson, it looks like. These are dual meets. Davidson, which is Thursday, December 18th. Franklin and Marshall, Thursday, December 18th. So those are the next few matchups. Wrestling, get rolling. I want a heavyweight champion. I want a Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan died in January. Part of me died with him. I want a Hulk Hogan champion. Please give me one. So there was also indoor track. The Wyoming Power Meet was December 6th in Laramie, Wyoming. And let's check out the men in the 55 meters final. Asher Jenkins finished second with a time of 6.28. So that is excellent right there for Asher. Good for him. Let's see. And then in the 55 hurdles finals, Matthew Secretis, he won with 7.76 seconds. He finished, not one, he finished third with 7.76 seconds. Just out of reach of the first two placers. And then we had the high jump. Okay, so the high jump, we had Chris Bowley, a true. He jumped 6 feet 4 inches. Wow. He finished second in the high jump. That is very impressive. Then in the pole vault, Max McFlane, 16.6 he cleared. That is quite a height. I do not want to go up that high. And we also had Tanner Woodring. He was 16 feet even. Very impressive. Max Austin finished third at 16 feet as well. He tied with Tanner. So two Maxes, Max McFarland, Max Austin. McFarland was second. Austin was third. Tanner was second. Great to see. And they beat Colorado State, which I like because Jim Moore's going there, and we don't like Jim Moore anymore. And then looking at some of the other things. So how about this? The men's shot put. What a name. Texas Tanner. I like that. Texas Tanner. Man, that's a badass name. Texas Tanner. 64 feet, 10.5 inches. Wow. That is quite a ways to throw the shot put. I was a shot putter. I finished third in the state. And with a 12-pound shot put, I threw 54 feet. So 64 feet with a 16-pound shot put. Wow. He won the field by 4 inches. 4 feet, 10.5 inches. That is impressive. Very impressive. And then Air Force also had Trevor Tevin Jordan. He threw 49 feet, 3.5 inches. And Evan Keel finished 10th, throwing 48 feet, 8 and a quarter inches. And Jenkins threw 46 feet, 6 inches. Great showing all around there. So in the weight throw, man, Texas Tanner, he is the man. Texas Tanner. If I ever have my hypothetical son, I'm naming him Texas. He finished second in the weight throw, 79 feet 4 inches. Wow. That is quite the distance. He finished second. Great job, Texas. Ian Morris placed 14th. He threw 38 feet. I'm sorry. Texas threw 79 feet 4 inches. Ian threw 30 feet and 3/4. So a good showing for the track team indoor for the men all around. There were a couple events. Let's see where we didn't have anyone in the triple jump. Nobody in the long jump. Otherwise, I mean, the pole vault, the high jump, we didn't have a 4x4 relay. The hurdles, we had someone finish place in the hurdles. The 600 yards, we didn't have anyone place, but the 300 meters we didn't. The 55 meters we did. The 55 meters, they did very, very well. So kudos to the men's indoor track team. And I will check out the schedule to see who they have coming up. The women in the same meet. Let's see what the women had for this. So in the nobody in the 55, nobody in the 300 hurdles. Okay, so we had a high jumper. Morgan Glazer won the high jump, the women's high jump, with jumping 5'9" and 3/4, 75 inches. Yeah, it's 5'9". Great job, Morgan. And then we had Kayla Beach, 5'1", and again 75, 5'1", 75 inches. Excellent. And then we took the pole vault. Julie Servos, 12 feet and 11.5 inches. Great job there. And second, Barnett Boyd was 11 feet 5 and 11 feet 5 and 75 inches. Great job. And then we've had fourth, which was Karif Neff, who went to 11 feet 5 and 75 inches. So they dominated the pole vault. And then in the long jump, Beach again, she jumped 18 feet 8.5 inches. Excellent job there. And Sarah Reynolds, 17 feet 10 and 10.5 inches. Excellent. And from there, we did have someone place in the shot put. Yes, I was a shot putter, so I like the shot put. Caroline Carico, 39 feet, 7.5 inches. Good job for her. The women's weight throw, we had Ashley Bishop finish 12th at 40 feet 8.25. Great job. So they can throw. They can throw the weights. They placed in the shot put. They placed in the long jump. They need, I guess, help sprinting. They need sprinting and hurdles. That would be the area of need for them. So I would say not a bad week overall for the Falcons. Not a bad week overall for the Falcons. It's good to see them competing and doing well. Football, there's early signing day, and I know they're on the road recruiting. They have some talent. They're going to do well in the Mountain West. They're going to do well in the Mountain West. And I'm looking at their schedule. So they were 4-8 overall, 3-5 in the conference. I mean, when you're playing Boise State, UNLV, they'll beat Army. They'll get Army back. UConn, they're going to get us back. They had us. And they'll beat Colorado State. So they have a ton of talent coming back, and I think they're going to do well. So good to see that happening. And I am just checking any other calendars that are going on. If the women, I wanted to see if the women's basketball team had anything coming up. As we said, they're 5-4 overall. 5-4 overall. They have not played a conference game. They have played. I mean, they played some tough teams. So we have the Utah Valley win, I think we talked about, and then New Mexico's coming up, Utah State, and Nevada. Those are the ones coming up in the next week that we'll talk about. So we made it through. I hope I didn't embarrass myself too much. I promise that I will get better on my pronunciations and enunciations of the athletes, but I'm excited to cover the sports teams in the winter. They don't get enough coverage in most universities, especially some of the non-revenue sports. But Air Force is top of the line. They are the best of the best for everything they do. I mean, it's not just going to class and going to practice, hanging out. They have a lot going on. So credit to them. Credit to Nate Pine and what he's building. And I think Air Force is going to continue to dominate, and they're going to get better. Once they get into conference play, you're going to see things much different.
Help us in supporting over 1,000 cadet athletes at the United States Air Force Academy. Join the Falcon Athletic Fund today and be responsible for funding critical projects and providing the margin of excellence resources necessary for our cadet athletes to compete for championships at the highest level.
So that's the Falcon Athletic Fund. Again, to the top left, you can go right here, take a little picture and pay and donate. And then the website's right here if you want to give. It's very important. The landscape of college athletics is changing drastically second by second, and finances make the world go round. We need money. We need your contribution. Every dollar counts. Every dollar matters. So please go and donate. It will make a difference. It will make a difference to the programs, to the department. Nate Pine is an exceptional fundraiser. He has a plan. He knows what it takes to win and be successful. We were a dumpster fire at Holy Cross. Nate Pine comes in. We have the second best indoor athletic facility in the Northeast. He gets it done within 2 years. He raises the money. He hires Coach Bob Chesney, who is now with James Madison, going to the college football playoffs. He took Holy Cross to the playoffs several times and to a national championship game. So Nate Pine's vision, Nate Pine, his knowledge, he is a brilliant man. He knows what he's doing, and he will continue to do whatever it takes to get Air Force to the top. And he's having success without the benefit of NIL money, without the benefit of the transfer portal. He's going out and recruiting kids and developing young men into leaders who are going to contribute in society, leaders who are going to have success after the academy, after their time serving. So I'm very proud of him. I have to mention Julius Williams and the Trench Mob. Julius is out of Decatur, Georgia, trains offensive and defensive linemen, the best of the best. They compete in 5v5 tournaments. They also compete in college showcase camps around the country. And they were undefeated this past year. And every college showcase camp they went to, a member of the Trench Mob was offered a scholarship. Julius has sent kids to schools like Florida, Florida State, Miami, Tennessee, Clemson, Georgia, Alabama, just to name a few. So, Air Force, if you're looking for anyone, Julius has got someone for you. Go to www.battleofthetrenches.com. James Whitfield of Luther James Insurance. For the last 3 years, James has dedicated himself to the art of financial planning. He specializes in insurance policies, mainly life insurance. He'll make you a boatload of money, and he'll do it tax-free. He understands the stress that goes with retirement planning. How much am I going to need? For how long? Do we have enough? Because fear of the unknown is real. Go to his website, www.lutherjamesinsurance.com. And we also have Rob Hill of R. Hill Enterprises, Inc. Rob is an accomplished author. He is a minister, and he is also an insurance mastermind. He works with many different policies. However, his main goal is to pull people's heads out of the sand and educate them because they don't know the truth of what's going on. Rob wants to change people's minds one at a time about how the country is run, about our taxes, about our quality of life, about our elected officials being, as he says, not elected, but selected. So go to Rob's website. It is rhillenterprisesinc.com. And for the inaugural episode, just remember that. You're going to laugh that this was the first. The inaugural episode of the Falcon Flight Report. I am Steve Cully, the best podcast host in the universe. Probably not today, but I tried, and I'll get better. Remember that. Please leave any comments, suggestions, thoughts, and we will see you next week. Remember, when life gives you lemons, don't make lemonade. Take 2 oranges, throw them right back at life.